I'm Tommie Lee, and this is the Scam of the Week. Jan Diaz, the president and CEO of your Better Business Bureau Serving Northern Indiana, joining us once again. Jan, how are you?
I'm doing well, just trying to stay warm, Tommie.
As are we all. Well, we're diving into a topic that comes up at the beginning of every calendar year. We've all received that notice from HR that we need to download our forms, which means it's time once again to talk about tax scams and how to protect yourself.
Yeah, that's so true. Knowing about tax scams is so important. So we want to put a reminder out there for folks to stay on guard at tax time. We see it year after year. Every single tax season, scammers come back with new tricks. But their goal is always the same. That's to steal your money or personal information when you go to file your taxes.
So let's break this down, Jan. Can you explain what the specific tax scams are really looking like?
Yeah, sure, Tommie. One of the most common scams we see at the Better Business Bureau at the start of a new year is when someone contacts a person out of the blue pretending to be from the Internal Revenue Service. So this usually starts with an unexpected phone call, and the person on the other end sounds very official. Sometimes the caller ID even looks like it's coming from Washington, D.C., so it appears to be credible. The person who's calling you will tell you that you owe back taxes and that you have to pay those back taxes immediately. And then you'll be pressured to pay using gift cards or a prepaid debit card or a wire transfer. And here's the key thing to know. You are being scammed, and those payment methods are untraceable. Once your money is gone, it's gone.
And again, this is a situation where the caller tries to push you into an action before you have time to think, right?
Exactly. So the scammer may threaten that you'll be arrested, or that you'll have to pay a fine, or they may try to scare you into acting quickly. So here's the thing. Real government agencies don't threaten you like that over the phone. The real IRS will allow you to ask questions, and they'll allow you to even appeal the amount that you owe.
But it would be scary to get a phone call from somebody that you think is from the Internal Revenue Service. So, it's understandable. What's another trick that scammers use at tax time?
Yeah, another scam we see at the BBB also happens at the beginning of the year, and it involves someone filing a tax return using your Social Security number before you file a tax return. So the scammer's goal is to pretend to be you and collect your refund. So this type of scam actually has a name. It's called tax identity theft. And you usually don't find out about it until the IRS tells you that they've already received a tax return filing under your name.
That's terrible. And it can happen to anyone, right?
Right. Because scammers get people's personal information. There's several ways that they'll get a person's information. These include things like phishing emails, fake websites, data breaches, or even a dishonest tax preparer. So these tactics are used by scammers to trick you into sharing your birth date, your Social Security number, really any other personal information.
Jan, let's shift over to protection. What can people do to stay safe from this?
Yeah, well, there's several simple steps that folks can take. And the first one is it does help to know how the IRS actually reaches out to contact you. So if there is an issue with your tax information, the IRS will start by sending letters through the mail. The IRS will not call you out of the blue demanding payment. They won't ever ask you to pay with gift cards or wire transfers. And then second, just protect your personal information. Make sure you're using strong passwords. Make sure you avoid filing taxes on a public Wi-Fi. Keep your information and your documents secure and in a safe place. And then file your taxes as early as possible, because the earlier you file, the less time scammers have to try to file in your name.
Great tips as always, Jan. It's kind of like locking your door before somebody even has the chance to try the knob.
That's exactly it. And we tell folks to always be cautious also about unsolicited emails or calls that you're not expecting. And so we also recommend that you don't click on any links if you're not sure it's from the IRS. If there is any doubt about the origin of a link or a phone call, just reach out directly to the IRS or check the tax company's name on BBB.org to see if they're trustworthy.
All right, Jan, now let's talk about the hard part. What if somebody has already been scammed? What should they do?
Yeah, well, first, just take a deep breath. You're not alone and help is available. So if someone has contacted you pretending to be from the IRS, or you were contacted by a fake tax preparer and you did give them your personal information, contact the IRS immediately and report what happened. The IRS can help you take steps to secure your information. And then next, make sure to report it to us. We have report the scam to our BBB scam tracker at bbb.org/scam tracker. So the information that you provide about your experience will help alert others, and it also helps others prevent the same type of fraud.
You also want to notify the Federal Trade Commission, get them in the loop as well, right?
Yes, that's absolutely right, Tommie. And so the FTC does track these scams as well, and they do work to shut down scammers. So the more reports that the FTC receives, the better. And you can report the scam at reportfraud.ftc.gov.
And what if somebody paid money to a scammer?
Yeah, good question. So the quicker you act, the better. We just recommend that you make sure to contact your bank or credit card company immediately. Your bank or card company will have a fraud department, and sometimes they can stop or reverse a transaction.
Bottom line is this: don't panic, but don't delay. Don't wait.
That's right, because acting quickly is key.
Jan, as always, we appreciate you breaking this down for us. I think our listeners are going to get some practical, easy steps to protect themselves from this. And it's very important at this time of year when we're all starting to get the taxes put together.
Yeah, so true, Tommie. Thanks so much. It's always a pleasure.
Great advice for taxes and for life, of course. And to our listeners, remember, if something doesn't feel right, always trust your instincts. Slow down, ask questions. Don't let anybody rush you into a decision that you could really regret later on. Stay safe and stay informed. And Jan, we will talk to you next time in the Scam of the Week. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tommie.
Podcasts by Federated Media.